Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We're just going to do a quick update of how my project pan is going. So we're, halfway through the year and 6 months of, full months of using makeup to try and use it up. I have managed to use up some things and some things I've just gone, no, I don't want to use it anymore. And it's kind of helped with that decluttering. I found a few items that I've just like, it doesn't work for me. Doesn't work for my skin, or it doesn't work for my colouring, whatever it may be, and I can happily let them go. So we will talk about first how I've gone with the stuff that are in my collection at the moment, in my project, and then we will talk about what I'm moving out, what I'm bringing in, and yeah. So the first thing that we've got are the primers. So I've using up the two of my Smashbox primers. So I've got the Photo Finish, just the general one, as well as the pore minimizing. So I've used up 2.23 grams of the general one this month and 0.48 grams of the pore minimizing. So I have found, just by the other day I had a little bit extra on there and I put it in. I've got like a little large pore in my forehead. I've had it for a long time. It was just one of those, pimples or blackheads or whatever that just never went away from the hole that it left. And this actually fills it really nicely. So that's a good little thing. So I'm like, ooh, I will use it for that. Not every day because I don't want to clog it up. But for special days, I'm like, yeah, cool. All right, my CoverGirl foundation. So I bought that in last month. There's not much left of it. I am using a spatula to get in and get it down the bottom because it certainly doesn't come up through the pump anymore. But I used 6.6 grams of that in June. We've got my Shiseido Stick Foundation. It is finally done. I cannot get any more out of it. I probably could use a spatula and dig it out, but I'm happy just to let it go. We're done. Woo! One object, one item out this month. Okay, my Bobbi Brown powder. We are getting towards the end of that. You can see that there's not much left at all. And I used 0.46 grams of that in June. My Australis powder, so my Fresh and Flawless, remember this was a nice new one when I started. I have used 1.77 grams of that. I will go through this pretty quickly. It's something I keep in my every day. It's a powder I enjoy to use. If you have any compact powders or pressed powders that you really like to set your face that aren't drying and aren't cakey looking, please let me know. It might be time to branch out and try another one. Alright, I've got my Revlon Sculpt and Highlight Kit. So this one here. You can see there that we are slowly getting through it. I've just been using it for the bronzer thing. I rarely go into the highlight and the banana powder. This one is in light medium. It is probably just a little bit too light for my skin tone, but I can get away with it. And I'm going to keep using it into the next quarter. Might as well use it up. And I use 0.53 grams of that. We've then got our Shiseido. We've then got our Shiseido cream blush. So I have had this out. I've left it out this month, so I found I've used it a little bit more. And I have done 0.12 grams of this one. I've got the Revlon blush. So this is in pink blush. Okay, so this is it here. This is getting decluttered from my collection as of today. It is too light for my skin and it doesn't show up all that well and it doesn't last very well. So I'm happy just to say goodbye to that now. I don't need it. No need to keep it in there. Okay, my MAC Whisper of Guilt highlight. We're still working through this one. I love this highlight. Between it and Soft and Gentle, they're my most used. However, apparently I used none of it. I don't know. I think last month too it come down that I didn't use any of it. And I'm like, I've been using it. But because you're using such a small amount of it, it's just not registering. Alright, my brow pencil. Finally, after 6 months, it has registered that I've used 0.01 grams. Finally. I finally made a dent. What can I say? Alright, my brow gel, my L'Oreal brow gel, I've used 0.12 grams of that. So that is good. My shadow insurance is still going strong. I keep saying it every month. I think I'm nearly there. I think so. Okay, I used 0.16 grams of that in June. Alright, my Face of Australia. There it is. My Face of Australia eye primer. I actually made an effort to get in and use it for a few different looks that I was using where I wanted something super tacky. So it was 0.05 grams that I've used of this one. My Subculture pencil from MAC. I use 0.08 grams of it, and it is also going out of my collection. It's too old and it's dry and I don't enjoy using it. I don't think it's providing me with any benefit. I wanted to try and use it up, but I just got to say goodbye to it. So it's gone. Alright, my Times Square, I'm wearing that today. Actually, I'm wearing all of this, all of these Project Pan products today as my base. This look I have filmed. It will be coming up later at some point. I was using my Colourpop Super Shock shadows. So my Times Square, I use 0.04 grams of that. My Shiseido concealer, the creamy concealer, I used 0.04 grams of it. I hate it. It's too thick, it's too light. It's going. I don't want to tempt him anymore. Alright, my Black Track, it's saying I didn't use any of it. I used some of it. It's just not registering. And then my primer spray. And then my primer spray, my Australis spray that I'm just using to wet my brush with because it's matte and I don't want to spray it on my face. I use 2.14 grams of that. So they're all of the products that I've in my project for June. Then we're going to talk about my palette of the month. So I was using the Shein XO eyeshadow palette. It does have the lip palette on the other side. I don't ever go into it, to be honest, because I always forget about it. I only use 0.02 grams of this apparently. I'm going to keep it in my rotation this month because I found I was playing with a lot of different colours and I was just experimenting a lot in June. So I didn't really tap into it all that often. So I'm going to keep it in the rotation and get some more use out of it. What am I bringing in to replace the 4 items that I've out? I'm bringing in my Maybelline Age Rewind. I have only got the tiniest amount left as my concealer. I have another one all ready to go. I like this. It works well with older or more mature skin. I don't want a really thick, heavy coverage concealer, so this works well for me. Its starting weight is 21.4 grams. I'm going to bring in a Colourpop Mini because I went to use one the other day and it's dried out, and I'm like, I've got to start using some different things in my collection and I don't want them all to just sit there and dry out. So I bought in a pink, something a little bit different. This is in the colour Lion King. So you see here it's just a deep pink. So I'm going to try and use that. Something a little bit different to the Times Square. My blush I'm replacing with my MAC blush, mineralized blush in Happy Together. This is old, but I may as well use it. I know it has a lot more pigment to it than the Revlon blush does, so I figured we'll give that one a go for a while. And its starting weight is 32.88 grams. And the last one I'm bringing in is another lip pencil to replace Subculture. And I tried to pick a colour that is fairly similar, so you'll see here it's just a good neutral colour. And this is the Face of Australia lip liner, and it's a mechanical one, which is fantastic, so I don't have to worry about sharpening it, which means it'll probably take longer to go down in weight because I can't pretend that I'm using it by sharpening it, you know, each time. Not that I did the last time because I was way too lazy. But they are the 4 products that I'm going to add into it. A 6-month update of how the project is going. It makes getting ready for work in the morning easier. Like, you know, it just becomes Groundhog Day. It's like, yep. It's all in the drawer right there where I sit at my vanity, get ready. You know, I don't have to go digging everywhere else for different things, which is good. It kind of takes the thought out of, you know, that daily work makeup. And it's kind of nice to actually use some products up, but then I feel like, oh, I've lost it from my collection. Oh no, you know, it's like my collection's getting smaller. Stupid. I know that. We know that, but that's kind of that like mindset that I've got to get over and go, well, you're actually using it up instead of it just sitting in the drawer never getting used. And as you can see, there are some products that I've thrown in to try and use it, and I've just realised they're not for me. They're just no good anymore, and that it's time for them to go, and I've got to be happy to let that go. I'll probably pass it on to like one of the girls and they can use it. But that is it from me. If you haven't already, it'd be great if you would subscribe, leave a comment, hit the like button, you know, all of that stuff. And as always, remember, be kind, be strong, and be a warrior. And I'll see you later. Bye.